I, 26M, finished my master's degree last year, and have never dated before. I got a very high-paying job directly through campus placements. My parents immediately wanted me to get married after getting a job, but I wanted to work on myself and explore a bit. They said no, and I said that it was my wish because all my life, I did what they wanted. Of course, they were unhappy with me as this was the first time I talked back, though they did give up after COVID started. I picked up some dating apps and went through them, but no luck. Then, my parents introduced me to a family friend's daughter, 24F, and we kind of clicked. Looking back, I was a fool. She said yes to anything I said and never complained about anything. I felt kinda weird about it because I wanted her to express her own interests, but she always said she was interested in whatever I was interested in. I didn't think much about it. I told her that I don't want to have kids, ever, and she surprisingly said that it was fine. I was like, damn. She is probably the one, as it is very hard to find a partner who is child-free in my country, or at least I thought, but we were in the initial stages of our relationship and I have not told about my accident. Long story short, we had intimacy a month ago, and I made sure to use condoms because, well, safety first. Then the next few days after that, she started ghosting me a bit. I thought it was due to my performance in bed, so I wanted to give her some space. Then, she started texting more infrequently and only replied with OKs and Ks and one-line answers. I thought maybe she wanted to end the relationship and was sad, but left it at that. Yesterday, her family came to my house because apparently, she claims she's pregnant and the father is me. This was weird because I got into an accident some time before I started studying for my master's, and will never be able to have kids. None of my family members know of this. They know about the accident, yes, but not about this. Needless to say, I still freaked out and wanted to collapse on the ground. I did not say anything while they were talking about marriage and stuff that needs to happen because I got her pregnant. What should I do? Update 1. The day after my girlfriend told me she was pregnant with my child, I called my boss and took the day off. I called some clinics to get tested and was given a slot on a Friday afternoon. Then, I went to the store and bought some pregnancy tests and asked my girlfriend to come to my place the day after. I also called my parents, and even before I said anything, my mom asked me if I had any good news. I was shocked by what she said and asked her what exactly she was talking about. She then played dumb, and at that moment, I knew that the situation was more messed up than I thought. I cut the call and cried all night until 3 in the morning. Mind you, I'm a grown man crying for the first time since 8th grade. My girlfriend came the next day as I had asked, with her parents, even after I told her to come alone. They were under the impression that I was going to discuss engagement plans with them. I told them to wait outside and called her in, and they threw a fit. I told them they can all go back or let her come in alone, and they opted for the latter. I took out the pregnancy tests and gave it to her. I told her to prove that she was actually pregnant and told her where the bathroom was. She started screaming at me, which she has never done before, so I was shocked. Then, she went out the door and called her parents in. Everyone started screaming at me in my own home because I asked her to prove the pregnancy, not even the paternity. I told them all to back off, and 1 hour later, my parents and them all came to my home and they spilled the beans. She was never actually pregnant. My parents were afraid that I was getting old for marriage and wanted me to marry someone and give them grandchildren. They said that in arranged marriages, there is no need for the couple to actually get to know each other because parents choose only the best for their kids. They planned this all and were only waiting for me to have intimacy with her to do this. I broke down and cried again. All my life, I did exactly what my parents wanted. I always scored high marks and never asked for anything. In between crying, I told them to get out and never talk to me again. They said parents know what's best for their kids and I should do what they say. I got extremely angry and told them to off themselves in my native language, which was very bad. For once, I think they knew I was serious with them and they all left. I blocked them all before sending my parents a message to never contact me again in my life, even if one of them is dying. Update 2. The last few days, I feel like a burden was lifted off me, especially from my parents who always expected many things from me. The first day after the confrontation was wild. My parents forced our relatives to reach out to me, asking me to see reason, but I declined. They stopped after 2 days, receiving a harsh message from me requesting no contact. I also made an appointment for a vasectomy, which is next month. Some people asked if I would ever tell my family about this, but I will not. I will, of course, tell potential future dates that I am child-free and also had a vasectomy beforehand. That's about it. My parents are now cut off from my life, and I'd like to keep it that way.